Okay, I want to make a video that shows you how to construct your map. So you want to open up your map, make sure that everything is right. You've got all 11 cities, and they are all different colors. Okay, and it'd be great if these colors match the colors for your graph, your sunlight graph. So the problem is you can't get everything here. You can't go any smaller than this. So what you want to do, you want to line it up so that Alaska is here and you can see the edge of Russia is over here. And so you're going to take 3 images. You want to use some kind of a screenshot program. I use snipping tool. So I'm going to go new, and I'm going to come up as high as I can and come across, and I'm going to come down to right there, and I'm going to save that as capture 1. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to move up as high as I can. So now I've got this one up here, and I'm going to capture this. I want to make sure east and west I'm still getting it. I don't need to go any lower than that. Problem is I didn't get that up there, so I need to go up higher to get the marker. Okay, and then I save. I call that capture 2. Alright. And then I'm going to come down, make sure it's lined up, and I want to be able to get the South Pole, so I want to put it there. I'm going to screenshot this, and come down to there, and get that. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save it as capture 3. Okay, so now I've got all 3 captures. So once I've got that, I'm going to leave this because I'm going to need to come back and get some information. But I want to open up Photoshop, and I want to go up to File. I'm sorry that that's cut off the screen, but I'm in File. I'm going to come down to Open, and I want to open those 3 captures, capture 1 and capture 2 and 3, and open them all up. And capture 1 is going to be my base. Now to put the capture 2 and capture 3 at the bottom and top, I need to make this larger. So I'm going to go, I'm sorry again you can't see it, but I'm going to Image. I'm going to come down to Image Size, and I want to take, nope, not that. I want to come up to Canvas Size right there. And if I want to increase the bottom part, I'm going to actually hit this arrow up here, and I'm going to go height, and it doesn't matter, I can make it much bigger. So I'm going to go, just to make sure I've got plenty of room, I'm going to go 25, and I add that at the bottom. Now I'm going to need to add it at the top. I'm going to go up here and Image Canvas Size, and I'm going to go to 35. Okay. And I'm going to also need to put some lines over here, my information over here about the name of the line and degree. So I'm going to go Image, Canvas Size, and I'm going to increase the right side, and I'm going to increase that to 32. So now I've got, so my canvas is much bigger now. Alright, so now I want to go over here to capture 2, and I want to bring that over. So I'm going to grab this tool, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to the tip of Greenland there. I'm going to go up to Edit, Copy, come back to Capture 1, Edit, Paste. And now I've got it here, and I'm going to maneuver it so that it's at the exact right location. I might zoom in a bit just to double check it, that everything's okay. And I'm going to bring it down just, and if I want to fine tune, I can actually use the arrow buttons to move it. Okay, looks good enough. I'm going to go over here and make sure nothing's out of whack. Looks like it all looks good. Then I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to try to fit on screen there. Alright. And it looks like, if I'm seeing this right, my blue is just not quite on there, and I want it to be. So I'm going to go back up to image, canvas size. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger at the top. Height, I'm going to go to 37. Okay, and now it's there. So now we're all good. I'm going to fit on screen, and now I need to bring the bottom section over. Alright, so I'm going to go over here. I don't really need that one, I don't think. So I'm just going to copy here down. Go to edit, copy, come back to the first one, edit, paste, and I'm going to fit that in. Might be a good idea if I go up here and undo that. Paste. I'm going to go here. It might be good to get a little South America in there so that I can just make sure that I'm lined up right. So I'm going to come back and do that again. Edit, copy, go back to this, edit, paste. Now maybe I can make sure it's lined up okay a little bit better. I'm getting the bottom of that corner there. If I zoom in, this is where I can really see if I've got it. Looks like I lost this part right here somehow. So I can go back and grab it if I need to. Go up. And I can grab that again. New. And if you make that same mistake, you can do it as well. So I'm just going to grab that. Copy. And I think I can just bring it straight over. Edit. Paste. Perfect. Come down here and let's see if I can throw that in there. Okay. That looks right. Now you can see I've got some parts over here hanging off and up there. I don't really like that. So, and I don't need all this white space over here. So one thing I'm going to do is first I'm going to crop this image. I'm going to bring that down. I don't bring it down to there. I need all of that. I'm going to bring this up. Oh, I'm getting ready to lose that, so I need to bring that back over. So I've got all kinds of problems in here. See what I can do. And I'm going to need that to write on, so I'm going to come back out. Alright. Now, I can play around with this if I want. I can go in here and grab this tool, which will suck up that paint color. You can see it's down here. And I can come in here and paint that if I want. But I think the best thing to do is to get all the... I can flatten... Well, let's just see this. Let's go back and work on this. So if I want to get layer 2, see what happens when I do background. Sometimes I just got to experiment. I want to get the paint bucket over here, and what happens if I do that? Yeah, that works. And then maybe go up to layer 1 up here and paint that. Yeah, that works nicely. And you see there's a line right here. Let's see it. Go in and fix that if I want by getting the paintbrush, coming in there and fixing that nice. And you can decide to what degree you want to fix this. Alright. Since that's not in there, I'm just going to get rid of it. And let's say, you might want to move this over. You can just copy that and move it over if you want. And it would help if that was not as far over, but that's where this person put it. So I'm just working with what I've got. Fit on the screen, and that looks nice. That's what I've got there. Alright. So let's do a couple other things here. Now we have to draw in the line. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to get this line tool. I'm going to come to make sure it's on a line tool. I'm going to make my fill, I want it to be black. Alright, so I've got that. I want that to be on stroke. I want this weight probably be more like 2. And I think everything else is good. That should be on a line. Although you might want to change it. It doesn't matter. Alright. And then let's click off of that. Let's exit. So I want to draw my first one right there. So I'm going to come over. I'm going to draw that line. And the key thing is, you see the degree? I want that degree to be 0 to make sure that's flat. So you don't want that. You want to bring it down, not bring it back up, and now it's 0. Okay, I'm bring it all the way. I don't need to come over that far. I think I'll come over to right there. Okay. And now I've got that line. But if you notice, I'm going to need to put in, we'll leave that line tool there. I need to put in the name of this place and the latitude, longitude of it. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to come up. And I'm going to click on that. And that gives me the name of the place. So I'm going to copy that. Come back to Photoshop. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to go down to Type Tool. And put it right up there. I'm going to make sure that if you start typing you can't see it, it's probably because your type is too big. So I'm going to put that in 9. I'm going to paste that in. Oops. I'm going to undo that. I want my color to be black. Come down here. Or at least something I can see. Try that now. There you go. And I'm going to hit enter. Give myself plenty of room. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the coordinates. Now, I don't need all these coordinates. If you want to get less, that's fine. I get those coordinates and I'm going to hit copy those in. I'm going to move that up a little bit. So I see that this is at 67 and I know that this line should be at 66.5, and I also know that line should be right at the tip of Greenland. So I'm going to go back and grab that line. I'm going to click shape, go up to the pointer, and I can get that line and I can actually move it down to where it should be. Now it doesn't have to be right on that spot, it needs to be on the Arctic Circle. Each one needs to be wherever it's supposed to be. So if this is supposed to be 45 degrees north and that's a little bit higher, I'm going to put it down or above it, wherever it's supposed to be. I'm going to come over here to where this line is. I'm going to grab another type tool. I'm going to bring it in like this. I'm going to give that a name. That is the Arctic Circle. And that is at 66.5. You can be more accurate if you want. I need to put a degrees sign. So I'm going to come down here and get the type keyboard, go up, over to the degrees sign, and get rid of that. Okay, and it's exactly where I want it to be. I can move it down a little bit if I want. Alright, and now I'm going to zoom out, fit on screen. And so I just need to make sure I keep going. So I've got my name there, I've got my line, I've got the degrees, I've got the dot, I've got this all set up, I've got it aligned. Now if I find out that I don't need this extra space, maybe I'll come in a little bit there and close that up. Whatever. Alright. It is possible to come in and grab this right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that. I'm in the wrong one. I need to go to layer 2. And I'm going to come down here and copy that. And I'm going to paste. And I could actually physically move that now anywhere I want. And that would allow me to go in if I want to and now come in to Alaska and make that smaller. I'll still have it down there. Also, you notice I might want to get rid of this Google Maps down here. I could go and copy the white there, and then I can get my paint bucket and go to layer 3 and actually no, don't want to do that. So I might just go with paintbrush and make sure, and I can go in here and paint and get that. I can paint this whole section if I want, make sure that's nice and white.
All right, a couple things I noticed. I don't really like how this is set up down here, and to be honest, I wish I wouldn't have painted that white down there. But have I already done that? Can undo? No, that's something different. So we'll leave it the way it is. But I wouldn't mind having a line right there, so just to separate that out. So I'm going to make that, I want that to be black. And so I'm going to come down here and see about that. Come up right there. I want that to be at 90 degrees. So it's right there. And then I'm going to need to move that Arctic Circle. You know, I could move that Arctic Circle. I could just cut that off completely. I could take that Arctic Circle, I could move it over so it's right there. And then I could actually just bring this into right there. That'd be fine too. Come in all the way. Yeah, that works. That works too. So when you finish this, you want to flatten all these images. You want to go up to Layer, come down to Flatten Image. Then you want to go up to File, come down to Save As. You can call it whatever you want. You want to save it as a JPEG, hit Save, and you want to save it as a large file. So come over as far as you can, right? And you've got it. That's it. Done.